What is up, guys? JayFerGaming here, and welcome to round 3 of Season 4 in my F1 2016 career mode. This is the Chinese Grand Prix, and it's kind of weird how this has worked out. The Chinese Grand Prix happened in real life last weekend. My F1 XL race in China happened last weekend, and I actually did this race last weekend, so it's weird how all of that is kind of aligned. But if you are new to this series, then do remember to hit subscribe and like it if you enjoy this. But we've had a couple of decent races so far, bit mixed. Actually thinking about it, the first race wasn't so good. You can see in the standings we're doing okay so far, but it was much better last time out in Bahrain. Gave us some hope after our initial struggles, but Daniel Ricciardo seems to be handling the car pretty well. So overall it's been a great start for Red Bull with leading the Constructors' Championship, which has got to be our aim for the season. I think we should aim for the Drivers' title as well, though we've had a bit of a slow start. You can see the results so far. Just scraping P10 in Australia and getting our first podium in Bahrain for the Red Bull team, so very happy with that. In terms of China, over the past few seasons we've had a 6th, a 16th and a 7th, so I'm not 100% confident, but hopefully with this Red Bull car, which is good in the corners, we'll be able to do a lot better. And look at the weather and qualifying. This is Q1 and we've got intermediate conditions. I was feeling pretty confident because I do tend to be pretty good on the intermediate tyres, and I think the AI a little bit slower in wet conditions, so it means we have our best chance of getting into Q3 for the first time this season. So this is our first run. We were closing down the Haas ahead of us on this lap. I could tell it was a pretty decent lap coming to the line. It initially puts us into P1 with a 49.8, but that should get us through, and it did indeed in P8, so only 6/10 off, but we only did one lap, so I know there is improvement there. No real surprises in Q1. Felipe Massa, I suppose, in the Williams a little bit, but now into Q2. At the end of the session I was under pressure. I'd put a lap in, it was only good enough for P11 at the time, and now we've dropped to P15, so we're nearly 8/10 up, so I think we should be able to get through. If we have a clean final corner and not do a Giovinazzi, then we should be alright. Staying off that curb, coming to the line, we're over a second up, and it's up to P3 there. That's a great lap, very happy with that one, and that puts us into Q3 for the first time, so great stuff in Shanghai, China here. Now we're going for our one and only run in Q3. Ricciardo's currently on pole position with a 149, but I think this has been a pretty good lap, so I think we could be challenging him. And we're going through the final corner. We've got the confidence in the car. Where are we going to end up for the Chinese Grand Prix? And it is... Engineer's not saying anything. It's P1. We've got pole position. It's our first pole position. It could be our first pole position in the whole career. I honestly can't remember. And it's by over a second. Unbelievable scenes. We've absolutely dominated the rest of the field there. It's a Red Bull 1-2 as well. So, this Chinese Grand Prix could be awesome. Though it is scheduled to be dry. So excited for this. Leave a like if you are excited for this Chinese Grand Prix. But race day, it is cloudy, but I don't think there is a threat of rain. So on the back of our pole position, we have the confidence, but can we keep the car at the front in dry conditions? That is the thing. My pace around China is pretty good. In my league race, I finished 4th and had some decent pace overall. So I actually used this race as practice for my league race. So yeah, hopefully we can get round the track alright and convert this pole position into at least a podium, I've got to say. Maybe Daniel Ricciardo is going to be quicker than us. I really do not know. But Chinese Grand Prix, it's a bit of a mixture here. A lot of corners, especially in Sector 2 and the first few corners as well, which should aid our car very nicely. Straight line speed was a bit of an issue in Australia, but I think that was more I got the setup wrong. Obviously, you have a slight disadvantage in terms of straight line speed, as it was proven in Bahrain. But using the slipstream and DRS, we should be able to overtake if necessary. And you can see in the driver's standings there, early favourites look like Ricciardo and Vettel, but hopefully I'll be closing in on them as we've had an okay start, but we can obviously improve in that. And assisting the Constructors' battle as well. There I am, pole sitter, looking very confident. Having a swig of water. There isn't a bit of vodka in there because drink driving is not allowed. Here we go. We're getting ready. We'll check out the strategy and what we're aiming to do for this Chinese Grand Prix. So it says do soft, medium. I was always going to go for a 2-stop. It's definitely quicker than the 3-stop. So we'll reduce the fuel as we always do. And starting on the mid compound again. I think I'll say that pretty much every race. So even though we've got pole position, we have the choice of tyres. So I think I'm going to go soft, medium, soft, something like that, because I do know tyre wear around here is pretty high, so that's something to watch out for. So here we go. We're getting ready for the third race of the season, Chinese Grand Prix. We've got pole position. I am so excited for this, so we're building up. Ricciardo versus myself into turn 1, 5 lights, and away we go. Have we got a good start compared to Ricciardo? Ricciardo looks like he's got a better start than us. He's going into the lead. He's got the inside line, but we're going to swing in here, see if we can do a switchback, because Ricciardo looks like he's gone slightly wide. There's a yellow flag there. I think there's been contact behind us. Side by side through turn 1. We've got the lead here, and we've got an illegal overtake. So we've got to let Daniel Ricciardo through. That is so frustrating, because we easily had the move done. So we've got to let him pass here. Yes, we do, and we've got Vettel in the mirrors. He's going for the move as well. Can we take Ricciardo as well? Vettel's getting ready to pounce on his super softs up the inside, and I think we've retaken the lead. We also took a bit of gravel on our front right there, but it's okay. That's been a solid start. The yellow flag just didn't help at all, but at least we still have the lead, and we can control the pace if necessary, because obviously Ricciardo has the same car as me, so his straight line speed shouldn't be too much more than mine. But obviously with a bit of DRS and slipstream, anything can happen. But already we've got a bit of a gap, and we'll see a replay at the start here. There was a bit of contact, I think, in the midfield there, but you'll see the start between the two Red Bull drivers here. I think I just get a bit too much wheel spin, and it's actually 3 Red Bulls in the top 3 as the Toro Rosso Kvyat started in P3. You see Ricciardo gets the better start there, and we just take a different line into turn 1. He takes the narrow entry, so is forced to go wide. Then I just slip it up the inside, get the move done. I don't know if that was before the yellow flag, but you can see there's a gap in the field there behind the Renault, so here I have to let him through. Very annoying. I tried not to let the Ferrari of Vettel through either. I'm not sure if we made slight contact there, but it was very, very close. But he left the door open, Daniel did, so we could slip it up the inside. Clean move there, and it's still a Red Bull 1-2, which is the main thing. This is the contact that happened into the first corner, and it's like 3 wide here. It's a sandwich in the Force India, Palmer, and the Mercedes did, and it got a little bit too messy. I don't think there's really anyone to blame. I think it's just 3 cars going into one space. I don't think there's any damage. Oh, actually, the man has just lost his front wing there, so he's a bit of an innocent victim. But now, we're on to lap 3. DRS has been enabled, and Ricciardo is right on my tail. I feel he does have better pace than me in the dry conditions, but does he have the straight line speed? Let's see what happens. So we are 2 and a bit laps down on field. We are using the rich mix to defend. There's a yellow flag once again. Something is happening behind us, and Lewis Hamilton is out of the race. I don't know if Ricciardo backed off because of that, but Ricciardo has not gone for the overtake on me, and obviously couldn't. And the safety car is out as well. So, do we pit? Do we pit? Lewis Hamilton, his Mercedes power unit has given up on the DRS straight, so he is out. Mercedes not having a great start to the season. I decided against pitting. You can see the tyre wear. It doesn't make that much sense. We drop near the back of the field, so yeah, I think staying out is probably the sensible decision. But some cars will get a free pit stop, and I'd imagine it's the super soft runners like Sebastian Vettel. So we can see there's 2 cars in the pits, and they probably dropped to the back of the field. So we're getting ready for the restart now. Lap 6. We will be coming into the pits maybe 3 to 5 laps time. I think maybe 10 or 11 laps on these. No, maybe about 9 or 10 on the soft compound tires. But away we go. Can we get a good restart? What we need is a second gap to Ricciardo, so he doesn't get DRS and close back in on us, because obviously slipstream and DRS on this game just so OP. So we're leading still, which is the main thing. And Ricciardo, he's closing in there. I didn't actually notice I left my engine in lean mix, which is it's such an amateur mistake. It's like Rosberg at Spain, I think, was in the wrong engine mode last season. But I just realised at this point, gone up to rich mix, and there's another yellow flag. What is going on behind me? But Ricciardo's got to run here. He's going to go for the move, is he? He is indeed. We're going to be side by side into the hairpin. I'm trying to squeeze him. I'm trying to defend my position. He's slightly later on the brakes. We go a little bit deep, but I think on traction, I think he made a little bit of contact there. I think a car's got a puncture. I'm just looking at the minimap there. Side by side into the final corner. Left braking from Ricciardo, but we've got the inside line. No contact, and we still defend the lead, and it's clear Ricciardo is quicker than me, and I think if this continues I might get a team order, because Magnussen's on the attack as well. We move to the inside to defend from Magnussen. Ricciardo shoots down the left, tries to go around the outside, but he's not going to get it done from there, and still we are in the lead. It's good defending here, and it's what we need to do. Maybe we'll pit a lap earlier to pull away from Ricciardo if he's putting us under too much pressure, because he's going for the move once again. He's not going to go for it here. And there we go. Lap 8, still in P1. Starting to struggle on these tyres though, so it might be a matter of time until we're under threat. And it's Ricciardo coming through Sector 2. He's got a much better run here. I choose not to defend because I know I will get DRS. So I brake a little bit earlier. Let him go ahead of me, but I think I should get DRS down here. So I've got the inside line. We're going to be side by side through the snail section. And there's a nice aeroplane. Oh, Ricciardo brake checked me there while I was admiring the aeroplane. I've got damage to my front wing. I've lost so much momentum. Magnussen's gone through. Kvyat, I think someone else has gone through. We're 3 wide at the moment. This again far too close to my liking. Magnussen's backed off. I brake early to avoid any contact, but we're going to have some understeer with that damaged front wing. There's a car on my inside. All these cars are just far too close at the moment. And Ricciardo scampering off into the distance. Sideside is out of the race. Kvyat's into the pit. Magnussen's got an awful run there, so we can have a run on him. Will the yellow flag affect us? I don't think it should. But into turn 1, side by side. And I think Hamilton's coming up the inside as well. And he's made contact with the front tyre. We've gone into the barrier. We've broken our front wing. Alonso's out the race. Raikkonen narrowly avoids us. It's absolute carnage here. How the hell is there no safety car? Because we have no front wing. We really could have done with the safety car there. But it's so random. That's a clear safety car situation. So here we go with the replay of all of that sequence on from the TV camera angles watching us. So we're side by side here. Ricciardo just randomly gets ahead of me and then slows down. It is like he brake checked me. You can see the contact there. Bits of front wing going off into the runoff area. We have an awful run now because of that contact. Magnussen gets through. That's Kvyat there on the right, and I think the Renault on Palmer makes the 3 wide here. Yes, they do. I brake early because actually there's a load of random tyres on the track there. I thought they got rid of that glitch, and then another car tries to come up the inside. There's a bit of contact here. There's just far too many cars too close to comfort. Kvyat goes into the pits, and now we get a run on Magnussen, but Hamilton gets a fantastic run using double slipstream. We try and box him in. We're concentrating on Magnussen. Hamilton just moves across here. He doesn't. There's no gap there. How has he done that? He just swiped me out the way. Now we're on board with Hamilton, and he'll have a great view of all the action ahead. So we're 3 wide here. We are the car on the left, of course. And you'll see us brake early as Hamilton closes in them tyres once again. We take a late entry into the corner to get better traction. We get it here. I think there's Palmer getting a bit of contact there. So Kvyat will go into the pits. And we'll see the run Hamilton gets here. Actually, I lost a bit of momentum from cutting the corner a little bit, so I apologise for that. So he gets a fantastic run here. And where is the gap? There is no gap there! You cannot do that, Lewis. That is unbelievable. And he's pushing Magnussen through turn 1. Just look at this in slow motion. How do you expect to get through there, Lewis? That is unbelievable. I've been absolutely screwed. The 100-metre mark has been taken down, which I hate. It's an absolute disaster. We've lost out so much from it, and what's going to happen? Force Indy going into the pits, and Palmer wants to carry on. AI are just so eager to go into the pit sometimes, and this car's coming, so he's parked it in the pit entry. Oh my god! I can't talk. A McLaren just took out a Manor, and 2 cars came spinning a little bit later on. That's unbelievable. That is cars trying to rush into the pits, but Palmer is in the way, so the AI are just all over the place. That's incredible. That Manor has gone absolutely flying, but it is Fernando Alonso who is out the race. Far too eager to get into the pits. Just look at this. I've never seen the AI do this before, but I suppose there isn't usually an AI car just sitting in the entrance of the pit lane. That's incredible. How the Manor is in the not out the race, I do not know. But yeah, we saw, I think, another Manor and a Sauber spinning. This is on board with, I think this is Bottas. Oh, that's madness. That is absolute madness. So we're down to P6 now. Bottas has overtaken us. We're coming into the pits now to replace our front wing. We're pitting slightly earlier than we would have wanted, but it's got to be done. We've lost so much time. As Daniel Ricciardo's in the pits as well. So we're going to lose even more time in the pits. Oh, this race is just declined so badly for us, and now we've got to replace the front wing. We're going to be on the slow medium tyres as well, and look at that pit stop. 12.7 seconds down to P13. I know it's not our genuine position, but yeah, considering we got pole, we had decent pace in the lead. It's just very, very unfortunate. And I think there's a car with a puncture in Sector 3, but yeah, this is a confirmation of that car, and a Manor goes right into the back of Marcus Ericsson, who is out the race. So AI being dumb as per, yeah, it's not really a surprise anymore, is it, guys? So we're finally closed up to the back of a car. Felipe Nasser in the Sauber. Can't say I've raced a Sauber that often recently, but he actually goes into the pits before I had the chance to overtake him. So we're up into P12 now, and we're going to have to put in a monumental effort to get some decent points here. If anything, I think we could be fighting for some minor points in this recovery drive. Just looking at the mini-map, the cars just seem to be very spaced out. There's a yellow flag ahead, there has been a spin, and it looks like it's Kimi Räikkönen. He rejoins the track, and of course it has to be just near us. I wasn't sure if he was going to swipe across the track there or anything. The AI can be very unpredictable at times, but it's Räikkönen on the soft compound tyres, so he's going to be challenging us, which is going to be very annoying. I don't want to be fighting, I want to be flat out trying to catch up to the cars ahead, and he's obviously going to have superior grip. I think he pit after me as well, but we're in the top 10 at least for now, but it shouldn't be long until Kimi overtakes us. And to be honest, I'm not going to fight it too much. Yes, I am probably racing him, but if we battle too heavily, we're going to end up in like P8 or 9, and that's not what we want. So here he goes, blasting past Ferrari power unit, DRS, and it's an easy move for him. So we're down to 11th, but we'll be stretching these tyres out till around, what, lap 20 maybe, putting on a set of the softs, and then hopefully going just blasting after the cars ahead. And maybe we can use Räikkönen's slipstream and DRS to keep close to him, and maybe he could pull us towards the top 9. So DRS, I don't know if we're going to get close. I hope I don't get too close to the overtake. So DRS going into turn 1, and yeah, close enough. Hopefully we can stay in his slipstream and the 1 second window to close down. There's a couple of cars pretty close ahead in P8 and 9, P7 and 8, sorry, but we lost track of Räikkönen, unfortunately. He had far too much pace for us. And there's cars in the pits now. Grosjean's actually in the top 10. Wow. So Haas, I've mentioned it quite a few times recently, haven't scored a point since Grosjean scored all their points in Season 1. It must have been midway through Season 1 the last time it happened. So that's like over 2.5 seasons. Grosjean is in the points for the Haas team. That would be an absolutely incredible achievement, considering how poor their car is. And to think, Sauber's car is even worse. But Hülkenberg, my former teammate from last season, came out the pits just behind me. And he's on the medium compound tyre, so you've got to presume that he's going all the way to the end. So I don't think we're fighting Hülkenberg, unfortunately. I'd like to be battling my teammate because, well, former teammate, because the amount of times he made contact with me last season, it was absolutely unbelievable. I thought there was some conspiracy that Hülkenberg just wanted to take me out all the time. But yeah, we're in P7 now, so we're effectively a full pit stop behind Hülkenberg. Not too sure what strategies everyone else is on, but I think Daniel Ricciardo's looking strong for the victory, so it's good for the Red Bull team, I've got to say, but obviously disappointed at the same time. Getting very close to the back of Nico, but our tyres are starting to wear out, not much grip really, and you can see we did drop back on that lap by quite a bit. So end of lap 19, coming into the pits for a 9-lap stint on the soft compound tyres. We should easily be able to get them to the end. It's the key question now is where we're going to end up after this pit stop. So if we look at the minimap, Grosjean I think is just ahead of Kimi Räikkönen. So they're the two we're going to be watching out for. It looks like we're going to be battling for like P8 or P9 at this rate. Felipe Massa is about 30 seconds behind, so we're pretty much guaranteed a point at least. But I really should be scoring more than 1 point. So if we look on the minimap again, it's Grosjean, Räikkönen battling, so hopefully they can battle really hard so we can close in, but I've got a feeling Räikkönen might have too much pace for us, because what they're like, if I took a guess, 6 or 7 seconds ahead, I don't think I'd be able to close that down on Räikkönen. And it's another Mercedes power unit. Nico Rosberg is out the race, and I was praying, come on Codemasters, that has got to be a safety car. He's parked it up on the exit of the final corner. That's a dangerous situation. It really is. It's gained us a position, so we're up to P9 now, but it should be a safety car. And if it was, I would have gone into the pits to put on the super softs for a blast at the end. And yeah, we're just trying to close down Grosjean at this moment in time. And after a few laps, we did close in. So Grosjean doesn't have great pace, but he's avoided all the incidents and hasn't retired. So this is his best shot at points, because Massa is still absolutely miles behind us. So Grosjean, if we overtake him, he's got a great shot at P9, which would be brilliant. I'd actually really like to see that, but yeah, we've got to overtake him first. That's our main concentration at this moment in time. So into turn 1, he just seems really slow on the mediums, I've got to say. So it's a really easy move, just slipping it up the inside. And yeah, that's why we don't race the Hasses too often, because that was far too easy. So we're up to P8 now. Unfortunately, Räikkönen is very far ahead, so yeah, I didn't picture myself catching up to him. But Magnussen's actually come in for a final pit stop to go on the super softs. He's in the pits now. It looks like he could be quite close to us, actually. So let's see where he does end up. We're up to P7 now, and actually crucial for us, for us, Grosjean has come out ahead of Magnussen, but that Renault car is the best car in this career. He's on fresh super soft tyres. He could be like 2 or 3 seconds a lap quicker than me, so yeah, I'm not feeling that confident about holding this position. I'll try my best, but it didn't take long for him to overtake Grosjean, and now he's on the rear of myself. And he has so much more grip, especially in that middle sector, the quick left-right. So it was only a matter of time until he got close, and probably went for the overtake. It looks like he's going to go for it here. And yeah, I'm a bit helpless. Tried to brake a little bit early, so we definitely get DRS. But if you see the grip we have through the snail section compared to Magnussen, yeah, we're not going to get any overtakes done here. We're already probably nearly a second behind. That's just incredible grip from that Renault, and to think I built that car up. But DRS, we're too far behind. I think it looks like we're going to be settling for P8, and that's indeed what happened. Grosjean closed in a little bit, but he wasn't putting me under pressure. So we got pole position, and looks like we're going to finish in P8. Disappointing, I must admit. And we could be under pressure from the team at this rate. We just got so unlucky in this race. Come to the line, Chinese Grand Prix, 4 points on the board for Red Bull. I am deflated. We should have at least got a podium there. I think we had the pace to do that. I don't know if we could have fought with Ricciardo, but hey, we'll never find out, unfortunately. And of course, Red Bull celebrating because Daniel Ricciardo has taken the victory. 2 victories and a P2 so far this season. What a commanding display it's been in these 3 races from him. And he is the Season 2 champion, so he's looking to become a double world champion in this career. So there's the podium. Ricardo, Perez, Kvyat. Interesting. I reckon we could have got P2 thinking about it. I've got to say, but unfortunately it's only P8. Raikkonen ended up 16 seconds ahead of us. Like I did say the Ferrari had pace, but I didn't expect that much. Grosjean finally gets some points for Haas. That's a great performance there. Palmer 17th. What's going on with the Renault team this season? Because actually, at least they've got their first points of the season through Magnussen, but they're really struggling to defend their crown. So Ricciardo, what a start to the season for him. He's already 32 points ahead of Sergio Perez. Vettel in P3. Unfortunately, we've dropped down to 7th. 20 points in 3 races. It's not good enough, in my opinion. We want to be averaging at least 10 a race, I've got to say. But our former teammate Hulkenberg jumps ahead of us. And we have Lewis Hamilton down in P9. How dare he take me out? So upset by that. Magnussen gets his first points of the season. The Season 3 World Champion. Palmer's still yet to score. But the Haas of Grosjean, I am very happy to see that, I've got to say. We'll have a look at the constructors now. We're leading the way. 30 points advantage. Looking very solid to get the Constructors' crown, but there is obviously a very long way to go. A lot of positions changing. Haas up to P9, so well done to them. So, if you have enjoyed this video, please do leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time out. Goodbye.